what is soul? What is soul essence? If we could use the example of chemistry, and let's say we have a flask that is labeled God, and there is a pink liquid in the flask known as the essence of God, the Spirit of God. We'll take that flask and pour a little bit of that liquid into a test tube. The pink liquid is now in the test tube in a different type of container. What shall we label the pink liquid in the test tube? Is it not also God? Is it not also Source? Poured out from the bigger flask? In the same way, our soul essence is Source essence poured out into a smaller test tube or vial out of a bigger flask. So soul essence, being God's source essence poured into a smaller container, is essentially still and absolutely God's source essence. I'm trying to use this example to help us bridge the gap, the mental gap that so many of us have to equate ourselves with God, with Christ, with Holy Spirit. Our mind, by default, places God into a separate category, so that there can never be the experience of conscious oneness. The mind mentally prevents us from experiencing conscious oneness with Absolute Source. It has all kinds of qualities and characteristics that it raises to distinguish us from Absolute Source. And this is because we are in the vial of human carbon, of matter. And the mind cannot fathom how invisible God can turn into matter. And it sees it as two separate things, different distinct things. And this causes the separation of mind. But you are the pink fluid out of the bigger flask of pink fluid called God. To bring me back to the question of what is soul. If soul is pure God essence, and I go on about loving our own soul, are you not essentially loving God by loving your own soul? Are you not loving the pink liquid that is God, that has been poured into the smaller vial that is your body as your soul? Are you not loving God when you love your own soul? Yes, you can love the pink liquid in the vial labeled Jesus. You can love the pink liquid contained in the vial known as your spirit guides. You can do all that. All I'm asking is that you do not neglect to love the pink liquid in your own vial and recognize it as God. This is the biggest gap, because we love everyone else, but we do not love our own soul with all our strength, with all our might, with all our mind, and with all our body. We do not love our own pink liquid out of the God flask, and that is what makes our life so disconnected, what makes us want to escape ourselves. The trauma that was created through the mental separation. You are the pink liquid, just as the pink liquid in the bigger flask known as God.